On a seemingly ordinary Monday, April 28, 2025, a shadow fell across the Iberian Peninsula. At precisely 10:30 GMT, a catastrophic power outage plunged Spain and Portugal into darkness. The outage, unprecedented in its scale and severity, brought both nations to a standstill, leaving millions in the unsettling grip of a 21st-century blackout. From bustling metropolises to quaint rural villages, the lifeblood of modern society, electricity, vanished in an instant. The digital hum of daily life ceased, plunging homes, businesses, and infrastructure into darkness. Businesses were forced to close, their operations abruptly halted. Commuter trains ground to a halt, stranding passengers on tracks and platforms. As darkness descended, a sense of uncertainty and apprehension settled over the Iberian Peninsula. The blackout's reach was extensive, affecting nearly every corner of Spain and Portugal. Major cities including Madrid, Barcelona, Lisbon, and Porto were plunged into darkness. The outage extended its grip beyond urban centers, impacting rural communities and small towns, underscoring the interconnected nature of the power grid. The iconic Sagrada Familia in Barcelona stood as a silent silhouette against the darkened sky. The normally vibrant coastal cities of Valencia and Alicante were shrouded in an unexpected stillness. Portugal, too, found itself grappling with the outage's far-reaching consequences. The historic streets of Lisbon, usually alive with the rhythm of fado music, fell silent. The only exceptions were Spain's Canary Islands, the Balearic Islands, Ceuta, and Melilla, which rely on independent power grids. The power outage triggered a cascade of disruptions, bringing daily life to a grinding halt. The sudden blackout left entire cities in darkness, catching everyone off guard and unprepared. Transportation systems ground to a halt, communication networks went down, and the ripple effects were felt almost immediately. Trains stopped mid-journey, and passengers were left stranded with no information on when services would resume. Essential services were severely strained. Hospitals faced an influx of emergencies, and first responders had to navigate the challenges of operating without power. Across Spain and Portugal, train services were suspended, leaving commuters stranded and disrupting travel plans. The lack of transportation options created a ripple effect, impacting businesses and daily routines. Airports experienced significant delays and partial closures as air traffic control systems struggled to cope with the power outage. Flights were delayed or canceled, causing frustration among travelers. Internet and mobile phone services were disrupted, leaving people unable to connect with loved ones or access information. The digital silence added to the sense of isolation and confusion. Traffic lights blinked out, plunging roadways into chaos. Drivers were left to navigate intersections without guidance, leading to traffic jams and accidents. ATMs became unusable, leaving people without access to cash. Financial transactions were halted, adding to the growing list of inconveniences. Hospitals switched to emergency generators, their staff working tirelessly to ensure the continued care of patients. The strain on medical facilities highlighted the critical need for reliable power sources. The blackout served as a stark reminder of the fragility of modern conveniences and the importance of emergency preparedness. Families were forced to adapt quickly, relying on emergency kits and alternative light sources. As darkness enveloped the Iberian Peninsula, authorities scrambled to pinpoint the cause of the unprecedented power outage. The sudden and widespread nature of the blackout immediately sparked investigations on multiple fronts. Initial suspicions focused on a potential cyber attack, a growing concern in an increasingly interconnected world. However, preliminary investigations by the Portuguese National Cybersecurity Center and its Spanish counterpart found no immediate evidence to support this theory. Attention then turned to the possibility of a catastrophic failure within the power grid itself. Spain and Portugal share an interconnected electricity system, making it possible for a failure in one country to cascade into the other. Experts began examining data from across the grid, searching for any anomalies that could have triggered the outage. The lack of a definitive answer only fueled speculation and anxiety. Section 5. Governments respond. A race against time. The Spanish and Portuguese governments acted swiftly in response to the unprecedented crisis, declaring states of emergency and mobilizing resources. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez addressed the nation, urging calm and assuring the public that the government was working diligently to restore power. He convened an emergency meeting of the National Security Council to coordinate the response efforts and deployed the army to distribute emergency generators to critical infrastructure. In Portugal, Prime Minister Luís Montenegro echoed these sentiments, emphasizing the need for unity and resilience. The government activated its civil protection plan, deploying emergency services to assist those in need and maintain public order. Their swift and decisive actions were crucial in mitigating the impact of the outage and maintaining a sense of order amidst the uncertainty. Section 6. Echoes of Resilience, Public Reaction and Unity. As the hours of darkness stretched on, the blackout elicited a mix of reactions from the people of Spain and Portugal. While frustration and anxiety were undeniable, there were also heartwarming displays of resilience, community spirit, and adaptability. Neighbors shared candles and flashlights, strangers helped direct traffic at darkened intersections, and communities came together to support those most vulnerable. Social media, despite the disruption to communication networks, became a platform for sharing information and offering support. People gathered in public spaces, sharing stories, playing music, and finding solace in each other's company. Restaurants and cafes without power offered free food and drinks, transforming into impromptu community centers. The shared experience revealed the underlying strength and unity of the people of Spain and Portugal. Section 7. Preventing the next crisis lessons and safeguards. The massive blackout served as a stark wake-up call, prompting urgent discussions about the vulnerability of modern power grids. The event underscored the critical need for a comprehensive review of our energy infrastructure. Experts and officials focused on identifying key vulnerabilities and developing strategies to enhance the resilience of critical infrastructure. These discussions were not just theoretical, they led to actionable plans and initiatives. One area of focus was the need for greater investment in modernizing aging power grids, upgrading transmission lines, improving grid management systems, and ensuring that these systems can handle increasing demands were crucial steps. Incorporating advanced technologies, such as smart grid solutions and real-time monitoring systems, emerged as key priorities. These technologies promised to make the grid more efficient and responsive. Cybersecurity also emerged as a paramount concern. Strengthening cybersecurity protocols, enhancing threat detection capabilities, and ensuring that our systems are protected from cyber attacks became essential. Conducting regular vulnerability assessments and staying ahead of potential threats became essential components of preventing future attacks. This proactive approach is vital for maintaining the integrity of our power systems. The blackout also highlighted the importance of robust emergency preparedness plans. Ensuring that communities are ready to respond to such crises can significantly mitigate the impact of future incidents. The lessons learned from the blackout served as a catalyst for action, prompting a renewed focus on fortifying critical infrastructure and enhancing resilience. These efforts are essential to prevent future crises and ensure a stable power supply for all. Section 8. The Long Road to Recovery, Rebuilding and Reassurance. As dawn broke on Tuesday, April 29, revealing the full extent of the blackout's impact, the arduous task of recovery began. With power slowly being restored across the Iberian Peninsula, the focus shifted to repairing damaged infrastructure and restoring essential services. Technicians worked tirelessly to repair damaged power lines, restore downed communication towers, and bring essential services back online. The economic impact of the blackout was significant, with businesses facing lost revenue and disrupted supply chains. Governments pledged financial assistance to affected businesses and individuals. Beyond the physical and economic recovery, there was also a need to address the psychological impact of the blackout. The long road to recovery required patience, resilience, and a collective commitment to rebuilding. Section 9. A stark reminder: the fragility of modern life. The massive blackout that brought Spain and Portugal to a standstill served as a stark reminder of the fragility of modern life. In an instant, bustling cities were plunged into darkness, and the conveniences we often take for granted vanished. The sudden loss of electricity exposed the vulnerability of critical infrastructure and the ripple effects that disruptions can have on every aspect of society. From non-functional traffic lights causing chaos on the roads to people relying on flashlights to navigate their homes, the blackout's impact was profound. The blackout underscored the importance of investing in resilient infrastructure, both physical and digital. Modernizing aging power grids, strengthening cybersecurity defenses, and ensuring that our systems can withstand such shocks are essential steps. Diversifying energy sources emerged as key priorities. Embracing renewable energy options like solar and wind can reduce our dependence on a single power source and enhance overall resilience. Effective communication, coordinated response efforts, and clear plans for maintaining essential services are crucial for minimizing the impact of such events. Communities must be prepared to act swiftly and efficiently to ensure safety and continuity. Perhaps most importantly, the blackout served as a reminder of the enduring strength of the human spirit. In times of crisis, people come together showing remarkable resilience and solidarity. By learning from the experience, investing in preparedness, and strengthening the bonds of community, we can strive to build a more resilient and sustainable future. The lessons from this event highlight the need for proactive measures and collective effort.